Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame in the ES here. You have an inside day developing just 26% of ADR, 33 points of range. That is well off the averages here that we've seen lately. The market here, the ES averaging 127 points on a 10-day basis, 115 on a 5. Right now we're at 33 full points here inside day. And with Fed on deck for Wednesday, we have the Fed statement, FOMC statement, the rate decision, and the press conference all Wednesday afternoon. The expectation here today after yesterday's mostly trend day scenario up was for a fade back into the range today. The early idea was to find any rejection that occurs at the previous session's high for a rotation back in. We haven't quite gotten that high. Instead, right now, kind of a overnight range-bound trading range market as of right now. Flat VWAP on an intraday basis that could provide fade the edges type of price action. Sideways range-bound movement here. Currently with a short-term upward bias, but within kind of a medium-term downward bias at the moment. So this thing could certainly stay up here in this zone heading into Wednesday's market. Of course, Wednesday anticipating high range price action in the last couple of hours of the day and looking for high range price action into Thursday and perhaps even Friday as well. Looking at the NQ here, very similar price action right now, a range of just 26% of ADR. So 26% of ADR, 145 points. Inside day as well. Very similar to the ES, still a downtrend in the higher medium-term trend here, short-term move higher at the moment here, but we could still see more downside overall. This market, as I've mentioned time and time again, has yet to develop a strong low or has yet to really give us a big-time meltdown capitulation moment that could stop the bleeding. Instead, any pullback could still be a selling opportunity as this market tries to find its strong low. But right now, range-bound market, inside day, we could continue to see fading of the edges, so we might drop a little bit, we could go back to it high, we could drop back down, and continue to build out within the previous session's range as this market awaits the Fed on Wednesday. Looking at the crude oil chart, crude up 1% right now off of the 65 level. 65 area of support here still in play. A little bit of a range here. We've mentioned the downtrend remains in full effect. Even on this pullback, it could still drop another leg. This one turned off of a significant area of support. Didn't really do so with a ton of rejection, but it did do so with good precision. So the market's definitely paying attention to that area down below. Do we get a little bit lower? Do we get into the 64s here for that last gasp? We might need one more drop here and then maybe be bouncing back towards 72s up ahead. At the moment, still in the downtrend, a little bit of a pullback here. Keep an eye on the previous session's high. Looking at gold futures, this one's up 1.25% right now and is pushing to new highs. 30.43 right here. We finally hit 3,000 a couple of days ago. And we mentioned before that this trading range right here gives us multiple time frames of breakout moves. We had the smaller 5-6 day range. We have the little bit wider 11-day range, and now we even looked at a monthly 21-day range. All of these suggest big time breakout moves. One of them on the low end is looking at 115 points on a short-term basis. The wider one up to 150 points and then beyond. So I mean, this thing could really get going to the upside, and right now still extending it to the upside as of right now. Very bullish price discovery phase. Do not want to sell into this strength unless we see some sort of strong high, and even then this market has been very, very bullish. So any pullback still a buying opportunity. This thing breaking out of this compression here, we could see even more upside ahead. 30.80 would be the next near-term target to the upside. We're at 30.44 right now. All right, looking at, let's take a look at the YM here. The YM right now, inside day as well, 27% of ADR. So you have the ES trading 26%, the NQ trading 26%, YM trading 27% of ADR. Heading into the RTH Open, again, a little bit more range in the previous session than initially anticipated. Today, more inside day development. Again, chopping up above and below intraday VWAP right now. We could be looking at fading of the edges, still with a short-term down upward bias, but medium-term downward bias. So that makes it a little tough right here. Overall, we still may not be done with these lows, but that's been a good two-day bounce. We'll see what they do with it heading into the Fed. Looking at Bitcoin, down, down, down. Still for Bitcoin here, 2.5% lower. Still in the range right here, but again, this range is giving very similar feels to this range back here. Just not a lot of pop, not a lot of juice to get going to the upside. And when you build a box like that, especially a box near the midpoint of an important rejection, that right there could lead to another flush event. So again, this market's still working perhaps lower. Same thing for ETH. This thing right now down 2.33% and can't find a strong low. Continues to find decent little reactions, but not a strong enough low to really change this trend as of right now. We do have a little tiny box that is developed below 2,000. Can we get a squeeze back above 2,000 to really spark this move? Can we find a strong low? Because as of right now, very, very bearish downtrend, very clear mod Pima crossover sell signals. This market continues to exude bearishness here, and until we find that strong low, it can't really get going to the upside. So we really need that strong low capitulation moment to really stop the bleeding here and get this thing going back to the upside. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session as the market awaits Fed on Wednesday. Take care, and I'll see you in the trading room.